So first of all, I just wanted to apologize to anyone who's been trying to get into the housing market for the past year. I know it's been insane. I feel your pain. Today, I wanted to go over the price reductions that I'm starting to see in the real estate market. Now, we all know we're starting to see headlines with interest rates rising. We already know that. Home prices at an all-time high. We already see that. And real estate tends to lag a little bit. So today I wanted to go over some indicators showing that the real estate market is actually starting to take a slowdown and reductions are starting to happen. But I also wanted to talk about how that no one's talking about new home builds. This might have a huge effect on the real estate market, especially with rising interest rates in new home construction going through the roof. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And thank you so much for watching. Before we get into it, please consider liking and subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. So one thing that economists are hanging on to is the lack of supply. Supply and demand. There's no houses for sale and the demand is still there, but they don't take into consideration these rapidly rising interest rates. It doesn't matter if there's no supply. Buyers are not stupid. They're going to wait for their turn to pounce on the real estate market and finally get in. But I wanted to go over very quickly, at least in Orange County, you might be somewhere else, but in my market, what's going on? We kind of have the market at a standstill. So right now, the active listing inventory decreased by 2 homes, nearly unchanged, and now totals to 1,552 homes. Its lowest level for this time of the year since tracking began 18 years ago. So that just tells you where the supply is at an 18-year low here in Orange County. So like I said, the one thing that people aren't talking about is new home construction. New home construction is on the rise as interest rates are soaring. So what effect does this have on the housing market? It just might add to the domino effect that is about to come to the real estate market. So to me, with rising interest rates in home construction, this is going to have a lot of canceled contracts. A lot of these people purchasing new homes went under contract 30 days ago and had a different interest rate. They're pre-approved by their lender at a lower interest rate, and now things have changed. They might have gotten pre-approved about 6 months ago because home construction takes some time. And things change, and now they're going to get reevaluated when the home comes to close, and they might be in trouble. So one place I just took a look at was the Us Census Bureau, their website, and see what home construction is doing. So real quick, I'll go over what they say. Privately owned housing starts in February. We're at a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1,769,000. This is 6.8% above the revised January estimate of 1.657 million homes and is 22.3% above the February 2021 rate of 1,447,000. Single family housing starts in February. We're at a rate of 1.2 million. This is 5.7% above the revised January figure of 1.15 million. The February rate for units in buildings with 5 units or more was 501,000. So we'll go over housing completions real quick and we'll conclude what all this means. Privately owned housing completions in February were at a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1.3 million. This is 5.9% above the revised January estimate of 1.236 million, but is 2.8% below the February 2021 rate of 1.347 million. Single family housing completions in February were at a rate of 1,034,000. This is 12.1% above the revised January rate of 922,000. The February rate for units in buildings with 5 units or more was 266,000 homes. So what this means is that home building is higher than expected. More homes are being built than they actually expected. This is a good thing for supply, but if the demand's not there, then who gives a, because no one's going to be there to purchase the homes if they can't afford them. So either home builders are going to have to not put the expenses of high lumber costs and building costs on the buyer, which is not going to happen, or they're going to miss all their projections. So they're going to build these houses at high cost, but if no one's there to purchase them, they're going to have to lower their costs and potentially eat the cost of the lack of demand in prices coming down. So what's this going to do to home builders? What's this going to do to supply? It's going to add more supply because the buyers won't be there, and canceled contracts will happen. Again, this is going off the stats and what has happened in the past. I truly think that this is something that people are leaving out, the number of houses being built and not taking into account of when these purchasers got pre-approved to purchase these homes at the prices that they are now. With interest rates rising, it's going to switch. So let's take a look at the actual decreases on Zillow of home prices in my neighborhood. So as you can see from these little videos of Zillow and Realtor.com, we have more inventory coming slowly but surely here in Orange County, and you can also see the price reductions from their crazy, insane highs. Some are still going into escrow, and the supply is low here. Our market's completely different from the rest of the world. People here have a lot more money than a lot of places, but I just wanted to show you that it's starting to happen. Now, this video is not to instill fear in you, and it's not saying you shouldn't buy. Everyone's in their own boat, and you should sit back and take a look at the market and what's going on in your own life and make your own personal decision. But I wanted to put this video out just to show that there is some movement happening in the real estate market, which is super exciting. Could be some opportunity at the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.